Assumption of advanced understanding. So teachers who are already fluent players may underestimate how difficult it is for a new student to mentally reverse fretboard layouts. So this gets back to the idea that once you master something, it's difficult to put your mindset back into the beginner's mindset and to kind of like sympathize or empathize with someone that's learning something new in a new environment. It's hard for us. Our memories, I don't even think, are accurate, right? Whenever we tell a story about the past, we change it every time we tell it. It's like, I don't trust anything anyone said, like, well, 5 years ago this happened. I don't remember it that way, right? so it's like the person that's playing right now is probably can't even really relate to what it was like so much. They've changed the story in their mind so much since when they learned it 20 years ago that it's probably difficult to put themselves into the shoes of the learner. So what feels intuitive to them may be deeply confusing to a beginner, especially when trying to replace fingerings on opposite hand orientation. So platform limitations and norms. So most teaching platforms, so when we go onto like social media platforms, they don't nudge creators towards mirrored presentation. Obviously, once again, the platforms are going to drive a lot of the way things are going to be presented because the reward is views. And whether that generates to revenue, hopefully something like that would be, of course, the drive for most people. Therefore, the drive isn't to optimize teaching. Now, note, you would think if you went to an institution, like that the drive would be instituted towards teaching. It's often not towards teaching there as well in elite institutions, at least like in many areas, it's more towards research if you're in like science. And I would assume that if you're in an area like music, it's about prestige, right? The teachers are there to generate prestige because they're super, talented people or something like that. Oftentimes might be the case. And then on social media platforms, you have the same thing. It's not really about being the best teacher. Oftentimes, it's about driving the platform, and the platform is geared towards looking cool, right? So that becomes you would think over time, I'm still hopeful that changes, because I think clearly what the internet does is it allows people to give actual truthful information. So it kind of truthful news, truthful information, truthful health information that can then be critiqued if the algorithms are properly designed to allow, fair representation. I still feel like if you have a fair representation, the best ideas will win. But if you don't have a fair representation, if you have a skewed algorithm, or if you have, a few players that have dominated the platforms, then you end up with skewed information, not the best information. But anyways, maybe I'm an idealist on that. I still have hope, though. I hold out hope. Teachers model what they've seen others do, front-facing lessons without questioning whether that's actually optimal. So what are you going to do if you're going to try to become a guitar teacher on the platforms? You're going to look at the biggest players out there, and you're going to try to do what they are doing to try to glean some of the success that they are having. And I think that totally works to some degree, because they're doing what the algorithm is rewarding them to do, clearly, because they're being rewarded for whatever they're doing, whether it was designed for the algorithm or not. So that might work, but I don't think it's a great long-term strategy, because you're not really building your own ideas. It's good to some degree, but at the same time, you would think that if you did something different, if it was actually better, which I think there's a lot of potential to do, then you could possibly get into a niche that you're doing something that is clearly better, that's outside, that's not exactly what everybody else is doing, and that's another strategy that maybe could work. That obviously I'm working towards more here. Can't say it's quite worked, but but any time now it's gonna happen. Anyway, that's that.